Hello, this is Terry Woodhams with Let's Be Artful, and I am a paint party instructor and designer. This video is part of the Common Canvas collaboration hosted by Jeannie's Palette, where we do painting challenges every month. This playlist, Strawberries and Watermelon, was given to us by Tanya from Hummingbird Paintery. Load up that brush really good, and we're just going to fill in the entire background. Next, we're going to do her nose, and we're going to use a really light pink or a peachy color if you have it. Next, we're going to use a really dark brown. I'm using a burnt umber, so whatever the darkest brown that you have. And you can use a bigger round brush or a smaller round brush, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm going to use my bigger round brush. And I'm going to be outlining the head and the ears and the ponytail. I'm just going to go right on top of those lines. I'll start off with the ears. Out some curved strokes. This is the little bits of fur that's been up in the little ponytail there with the little flower clip. And I'm always pulling outward, and I'm trying to make them quickly. See how I'm pulling them out quick so that I get nice tapered edges or ends to the stroke. Now we're going to fill in the sections around her eye and above the nose, and this is going to be like the shadow area. We're filling this in with that same brush and the same dark brown. And then we want to take our brush with the same brown and make some curly strokes. Just wiggle your brush in the direction of the hair. Fill in the horns, so I'm going to get some white, and you can use a flat brush or a round brush. I think I'm going to use my bigger round brush for this. Then I can get up there in that tip a little bit, and make sure that your brush is really clean and rinsed out. Don't have any other color in it. And I'm going to fill in, I'm going to do one horn at a time. I'm going to fill it in with the white. I know of the horn, and if you need to brace your arm, you can hold on to your elbow. That can help. Chances are your canvas is going to be kind of wet, so you don't want to lay your arm in it. And just make an outline just on the bottom. Go right on top of that white, and then wipe off your brush. Get that excess paint off of there. Then come back and make tiny little circles, blending in the brown and the white. Next, we're going to use the brown that is a little bit of a lighter shade than that darker brown that we used. And I'm going to use my 1/2 inch flat brush, so my smaller flat brush. And I'm just going to go right on top of this brown. The darker brown's going to show through it. And then I'm going to take that same brush, but I'm dipping into the darker brown, and I'm just adding some more strokes, turning my brush the skinny way, and just adding some more lines in here, showing the direction of the hair growth. I'm going to use my round brush, and I'm going to start off with painting it white first, but you can do whatever color you want. But I'm going to do my base coat white here, because then I'm going to come back in with a smaller brush and make some little lines coming out of the petals. And I kind of So earlier I forgot to add some of that lighter brown into the ponytail, so I'm going to do that now. I mean, it's okay, I could have left it with the dark brown up there, but I want to add a little bit of that lighter brown to give it some depth. So I'm going to go back to that round brush and just do the same thing that I did before, just flick out some strokes right on top of that darker brown. Next, I'm going to do some outlining with some black paint. I'm going to be outlining the horn. I'll be filling in the eyes and the nostrils. So I'm taking my small brush here, and I'm going to turn my canvas, because it gets a little awkward when you're trying to make long lines here. So let's turn the canvas. And if you're working on an easel, you might want to take it off the easel, or you can hold your elbow. You can brace your elbow. Next, we're going to fill in her eye. So I'm going to outline it first. It's kind of like a football shape that's at a 45-degree angle. So I'm going to just outline it first. And she's got a couple little eyelashes coming off the top there. Kind of curves out. She's got two little eyelashes. I'm doing the second one there. Now you see there's going to be a little bit of a half moon there, or a little sliver of a moon. And on the left side, I'm going to keep that part white. Now we're going to get started on the watermelon. So I'm going to use this bright green here. And you can use any brush. You can use a round brush or a flat brush. I'm going to use my round brush. Now I'm going to do the red part of the watermelon with this red. You can use any red you have. And I'm going to use my flat brush, because this is a little bit of a bigger section here. So flat brushes are good for bigger sections. So I'm just going Okay, so this is totally optional. You don't have to do this part. And I rinsed off my brush pretty good. I got into some white. I'm going to put some white up where between the red and the white, because you know how under the rind it's a lighter color. So just right where the red and the white meets there, I'm going to slowly put in a line there, wipe off some of that excess there, probably grab some red, because I know the red is still wet. And you can just keep it this contour line if you want to, or you can do a little blending with it if you want. And then I'm going to do the seeds. So I'm using that same small brush. I'm holding the brush kind of parallel to the canvas almost, as much as my hand will let it. And dipping into that black, and then I'm just pressing down. So I'm pressing down the side of the brush. I'm not Next, we're going to want to outline the flower with some black or whatever color you want with my small brush. Next, we're going to add some highlights. I hope you had fun painting this cute cow. You can continue to add a little bit more of this or that. And remember, it's okay if it doesn't look just like mine. We're all different and we all hold the brush differently and we do things in different ways. And you might have had some other ideas on how you wanted to do your cow, and that's totally all right. The main thing is that you had fun.